Welcome to this week's Trade Ask Me Anything. So I'm going to give it a couple of minute or so for people to join. There is a 30-second delay, I believe. If you're watching the recording, then please do comment, like, subscribe, all that junk on YouTube. If you've got any questions, please do comment below and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. So feel free to ask me anything and I will go ahead and answer. So today's training, we're going to go through how to organize your affiliate website like a boss. And for me, this is a really important topic. It's something that a lot of affiliates don't actually do, and it's something that I haven't previously done a hell of a lot. And to be honest, it slowed down my results massively in affiliate marketing. If you don't have organization, you don't have productivity, and therefore you don't see results. So you need to be organized in order to see positive results. So previously, what I did as an affiliate is I would pick a niche, I would do my keyword research, I would then go into actually creating the website. I'd have the website up and running, and then I'd sit down and think, right, what content shall I write? So what I'd do is go through my keyword research and I'd have a look and pick one at random, start writing, and then go into the next one. And the problem with that is that you're not getting that organization ready. You're just picking things up, and then you're spending time doing the research, looking at competitors, creating the content. And when you've got a list of content, it can also be a little bit demotivating because you're looking at it thinking, oh, I've got to do this, or I want to work on this, and it just tends to slow you down completely. So some while ago, I started getting a lot more organized in how I do the initial planning of my affiliate website. So I'll do a hell of a lot of pre-planning before I even start creating the site. And then that way, once the site gets created, I can literally just hammer through it and smash content out. I've got a lot of the research done. I know exactly what I'm doing. So it just produces results a lot quicker because you do that pre-organization. So I'm going to show you today exactly what I do with organizing and planning my website so that hopefully you can take some ideas from it and see how you can organize your own projects and obviously hopefully see results quicker. So I'm going to share my screen, and the project that I'm going to show you today is basically a site that I'm working through on the UM training. So I'm working on a big 14 module training session on UM, which is basically affiliate marketing mastery. And it's going to literally take somebody from the initial stage of picking a niche all the way to actually having a site with content and then actually building backlinks and all of that stuff. So it's a full training on this. So this site is all related to that. So in front of you here, you can see the keyword research. And this is all of the keyword research that I've done for this website. So we have low competition keywords, we have link bait keywords, we then have more product specific. So we've got fat burner keywords, pre-workout keywords, testosterone, and then I've also got a competitor keyword research as well. So these are obviously all the keywords that competitors are ranking for. So I've got a ton of keywords and got the, the difficulty, the volume, the clicks, and the parent keyword in there as well. So once I've got my keyword research, what a lot of people will tend to do is they'll get this research, they will then just go at it and start writing content. So they might just go down this list, they might order it somehow, whether it's lowest keyword difficulty first, and literally go through it and just pick a keyword and then start writing content and publishing it onto their site. So, that might be this one, for example, Reddit bodyweight fitness. Oops, I don't know how you'd use that as a keyword necessarily, but it's there. So there's quite a lot there that people choose, maybe that one, but it's quite a long one. So what I tend to do is rather than just doing that, I would then go ahead and create an actual content plan. And I've got a copy of that here, or an example of it that I'm working through. And this is basically my content plan. So what I would do is I would go through my keyword research. I would find the keywords that I'm wanting to create content for, and then I would put them into this keyword column here with the keyword difficulty and the volume. Then what I would do is go through Google, search for the keyword, look at what is ranking and what the meta title of those articles are, and then I would create a title based on what is similar. You know, if it's working on there, it's going to work. Hopefully, for me, it gives you more chance. You know, for example, calisthenics workout plan. On, you know, searching that, there's a lot of beginner guides, workout plans, 7-day training programs. So I've just incorporated those into my title as well. Numbers always work great with titles. So I've just literally gone and seen what is ranking and tried to replicate that, but also make it look unique and have elements on there to grab attention and to increase that click-through rate, such as, like, say, numbers, dates, and even, you know, things like updated. That can work incredibly well. Next, what I do is go through the top 3 pages for that keyword. So if we go for this one, for example, here we have the top 3 sites. Now that might have changed now because I did this a couple of months ago, so that might change slightly. But I would get those, and then I would see roughly how many words their content is, and then I'll work out the average. And then I know that roughly I need to create a piece of content that is around about 1,500 to 2,000 words, give or take. You know, that's what's ranking. So that is a good starting point, rather than writing a, you know, a 6,000-7,000 word article that I don't necessarily need to write, or writing a 500 word article that's just not going to rank. So I'd see what is ranking, and I will try and replicate that and mimic that to some degree. You can use tools such as Surfer SEO, and that does just a good job if you've got a paid version of that. So once I've got, and all of this is before I've even created the website, you know, I've got the domain name, I've probably installed WordPress, but I haven't done anything else. I've just done the keyword research and the content plan. Like I say, if you've just joined, feel free to ask any comments and I'll happily answer those questions. So once I've done the keyword research and the content plan, I then want to start putting together an actual site structure for this. So actually planning how I want the site to appear. I want the site to be easy for search engines to find. I want the site to be easy for users to navigate, and site structure is incredibly important when it comes to internal linking as well, and passing link juice across and doing siloing and all of that good stuff. So it can be really important. And a small site tends to be fairly easy to structure. You know, if it's small, 10, 15 pages, 20 pages, structuring is fairly easy. It's not complicated. It gets more complicated as the site gets bigger. You know, if you've got a 50, 60, 70, 80 page site, the structuring can get quite confusing and quite messy. I mean, it's happened to me many times when I've grown a site and it's just got really, really messy, and I've got articles where I don't want them, and then, you know, you don't want to get into redirecting too much and changing URLs. So you don't want to really mess about with that. So if you can get the site structure done at the start, then you can, you know, just help a lot more in the long run. So I use a free tool for that called Funnelytics. Now, I used to use MindMeister, but Funnelytics is really good at and it's free. So it's really free. It's definitely free. So I'll just remove that. So this is basically a rough structure of the site that I'm working on, and it's not got, you know, hardly any of the content in there. It's just there to show you as an example so far. So what we have here, we have the homepage. So this is just the homepage here, and then we have there'll either be category pages, but I personally don't like using category pages. I prefer to use more hub pages. So I'll create an actual page dedicated towards that category, and then I can customize what's on that page better, internally linked to supporting content and whatnot. So These would be your category or your hub pages. So we've got nutrition, workouts, product reviews, guides, that then goes into diet guides, supplement guides. And then below that, we have our actual content itself. So we've got best XYZ content here. We have individual product reviews here under product reviews. And then we've got some generic content here. So under workouts, we've got superhero workout and Captain America workout. So these will be typically like link bait kind of pieces of content, which would then internally link to other content that you want to link that through to. So it's a very basic structure, as you can see. And as you get more and more content on there, this is just going to expand even more. So if I go to my content plan, for example, I might look at 7-day workout plan. So I'll copy that, come to Funalytics, and here we can just add a new page. So this is going to be a generic one. Doesn't really matter which one we use. And then we're going to literally just put in the article title. And then we're going to do a link from here to that piece of content, just to show that we have a link there. And what I like to do is when I've published a piece of content, I will just go to it, hit the 3 dots, and then add the URL in there. And then what that would do is I'll actually change this icon image to show a screenshot of that page. And I find that's a really good way of just keeping track of what content I've published and what content I haven't published. So it's just a really good way of building out a visual look of the site structure, just to make it tidy, make it clean, and so you can know exactly where everything is going to be. Now, as the site gets bigger, this is obviously going to get bigger as well. So luckily, you can zoom out. We can move things. Oops. We can move things around, so that's got room to expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you can just keep it nice and organized. What I also like about this, let me bring that back. Oops, not that. There we go. Let me zoom in again so we can see it. There we go. And yeah, what I also like about this is that you can also plan your internal structure as well, your internal linking. And it can get a little bit messy, so you might want to just create a copy of this and then replace these links with internal links. But what I do while it's small is, let's say, for example, I want to link my testogen review through to the best testosterone boosters. That's linking back to this best XYZ. I'll grab a link, point it to that page, and then I will just change the color here. And then that way it makes it more stand out that that's, an internal link in my mind, and not just a link that's a structural link, if that makes sense. And then what I might do is, you've got supporting content here. So Captain America workout might link through to my Black Wolf review. If it mentions at all that he uses pre-workouts, then I might internally link that to this. So, hopefully if this article builds backlinks like it's meant to, it's a link bait piece of content, then all the link juice that's coming from those backlinks will hopefully pass through to my Black Wolf review, which will hopefully boost up the rankings for that. So that is basically, in a nutshell, how I manage the structuring of the site. And that, like I say, just helps keep it nice, clean, tidy, organized for the future when you've got a bigger site, because site structure can get messy. And the messier your structure of your site is, the harder it's going to be for the Google bots to crawl those links and find all of the content that you want it to find. So if all of your content is clean, it's only a couple of links away, it's going to be easy for that spider bot to crawl your entire site and index your entire site as well. So hopefully that all makes sense. And I'll continue to add to this. So as I'm finding new content to write about, I'll add that in here. So it's continually evolving. So once I've done the keyword research, the content plan, the site structure, I then need somewhere to keep all of this in one place so that I can be organized. Some form of organizational tool. Previously, I used Trello. and it worked really well. But I've started using a tool called Millernote, which is free. They do have free accounts available, so it's a really good tool for organization. It's something that I've started testing out with affiliate site reviews as well. So actually using this to produce site reviews for affiliates to use. So if you're interested in one, drop me an email. So this is basically an example of the Millernote that I've started creating for the example website. And it's pretty simple. We create columns, and then we can add different things to it. So we can add notes to it, links to it, to-do lists, images, comments, files. You can upload all of it to it. And all of this is movable as well. So you can actually organize it, any way you want. And you can do links, or, I could link that to that. Not that I want to, but you can. So to go through what these are, so first of all, I have content to do. So we obviously have our content plan. We have, lots and lots of pieces of content to write. We don't necessarily want to keep going back to that spreadsheet to pick what piece of content I'm going to write. So what I would tend to do is add in 3 or 5 of those into this content to-do list. So I might go to my content plan. I'll say, right, I want to do this piece of content. So I'll come back here, and then we'll add in a note. I'll just paste in the article there. I'll then go back and I'll do that piece of content, the best XY piece, and we'll add in another note and add that in there. And I'll just do that until I've got 3 or 5 of them. And what I'll do is I'll come here, I'll know, right, I need to work on this one. And then as I've done that one, I'll move this one, move up the list, and I'll add more. So continually adding more in there. So I'm not looking at a big list of, say, 30, 40, 50 pieces of content and looking at that and thinking, oh, Jesus, that is such a lot of content to write. And that's just going to, put me on a bit of a downer, thinking I've got so much work to do. Whereas if I can see, 3 or 4 pieces of content, that is a little bit more, it's more achievable. It's going to make me feel more, positive and happy and optimistic, which is what you want. And that will, keep that motivation. So once I've done that, I then have content that I'm working on. So once this is empty, I might say, right, I'm going to start working on this piece of content. So I'll literally just click and drag it into there. And then I will start creating a content plan. So I will create a document in Google Docs, and I'll create a plan of that piece of content. I don't have an example, but what it will have is it will have the main keyword in there. It will have the title in there. I'll have a list of all of the headings that I want to cover in that piece of content. So I will look at all of the other sites that are ranking for that main keyword and see what heading structure they have on their site. I'll copy that over to the document and I'll start planning out those headers. One thing I do like to do is go over to Google, search my keyword, and then look in the people also ask section, because this content can make a really good, I use it for 2 reasons. One, I use it to find out what the visitor's pain points are. So what is the visitor actually looking for? What are they looking for answers in? Because that's going to reflect in your content, not just that individual part, but all of your content. And these questions can also make for an excellent frequently asked questions section on your article as well. So definitely worth looking at these. And when you find one that's related, so what kind of workouts does Chris Hemsworth do? Just drop it down. You've got a bit of an answer there anyway. But it also expands on this, so you can actually see more related questions. So definitely good for a frequently asked questions section. So I would have this document. It will have the hook. It would have all of the heading structures in order how I want it. And then I would literally just get to writing that piece of content. Now, whether I'm writing it myself, which I tend to do most of the time because I don't trust other people to write my content, and or you know, if you're outsourcing it, you want to create a good content brief, so you're making sure you're getting what you want back. So I'll get that written, and then once it's written, format it on the site, publish it, and then I would literally move this across into the publish section, and then I would actually link this up to the page on the site. So I've always got a link to that piece of content. And again, that's good for later down the line. If you're doing link building, you need a quick copy of that link. You don't have to go back to your website to search for it. Next to that, I've got to-do list. So this is just a quick to-do list just to remind myself what I need to do on the site. So here I need to set up the branding. I might have other things. So if something comes up, say check web core values, with that update coming along, I might need to think to myself, right, I need to check the web core values. So I'll just put that in there, and then I can get to that at some point. It's clearly there in this to-do list, so I can just focus on that. It might be something like do site audit, maybe build social accounts if I haven't already. And then that way, as I do them, I'll just tick them off and happy days. And you want to add a few in there that are easily done and a few of those that might take a little bit longer. You don't just want a to-do list which is full of like hard tasks, because it's going to be really demotivating. If you can just get some quick tasks in there as well, tick them off, it's going to motivate you. It's going to make you feel a lot better. Even if it's a quick 5-minute task, put it in the to-do list so you get that satisfaction of ticking it off. Believe me, it really helps build that motivation and that excitement. Below that, I have a copy of the logos. So I have a square logo for the social channels. I have a horizontal web logo for the website. And the reason I've uploaded the images is just so that if you ever need them, you can easily just download the original. And believe me, that is incredibly useful. The amount of times I have created logos for a website, and for the life of me, I cannot find it on my website, on my hard drive anywhere. So it's really useful just to have it somewhere, so you know exactly where it is each and every time you might need it. That you never know when you may need your logo. Next to that, we have a YouTube content plan card. So this is obviously empty at the moment, but if I plan to do YouTube content, then I would literally just list their different video ideas. So I'll build a content plan like I did for the articles, but this one will be more focused on video content. And then I would, potentially put in a to-do list in there. So I might do a video on arm workouts. I might do a video on leg workouts. I might do a best XYZ video. And then as I do them, I'll just tick them off. And I have a nice plan there as well of YouTube content. Next, I would create move that down so you can see it. I would create a social accounts column. So here I would add in some links to my actual social accounts. So I might have my Facebook link there. Well, it's not valuable, you know what I mean. I might have my Facebook one there, social, Twitter, and all of that lot. It's just so that it's there right in front of you. So if you ever need these links for any reason, you've got them straight away. Let's check the chat. Hello, guys. Welcome. So question, how do you create logos? These logos, though, I just used Canva, the free tool, incredibly easy to use. These took literally about 5 minutes. I do have the pro account, which is quite cheap. It's only $10 a month. And you get access to lots more stock footage. So this was literally created on Canva. I did a video not too long ago on YouTube on creating branding and the logos. So check out the More Niche YouTube channel, and you should see them on there. I'll put a link to it shortly as well, so you can take a watch of that. Next, we have these here. So these are basically just links to the content that I've created. So there's a link directly to my keyword research. there'd be a link there to my content plan. There'd be a link to the site structure on Funalytics, and then any competitor research as well. There'd be a link to that, just so that all of my research documents are all in one place and I can easily find everything that I need in one go. And then next here, I have email marketing. So I said on my video, last week, email marketing is incredibly important. So for this site, I know I need to build up a list. So I have a quick to-do list on what I need to do to get started. So I need to create a free ebook, I need to create the welcome series, and then a 6-month email series after that. And then here I have the title of the ebook once I've figured it out. And then what I would do is just add in a bullet point, again, a to-do list under here, which would just have the chapters or the pages of that ebook. So I can start fleshing that ebook out, or report, checklist, whatever you do, offering for free. And then as I've done sections of that, I can tick it off. And then once that's built, I can then start expanding on this to-do list. So that might just be, uploading the ebook, creating the lead capture, all of that stuff. So it's just keeping it all in one place. We all know life is incredibly busy. There's lots going on, and there's so much going around in your head, and it's not always easy to remember when to do certain things. So if you've got it all here on a board, you can literally plan it all, and you don't have to worry about remembering certain things. So that is pretty much what I do to organize my websites. So like I say, I have my keyword research, I then create the content plan, I then create the site structure, and then I actually then start planning all of this stuff and actually having it built up and organized. And then what I'll do is actually go in and start building the site out. So I'll set up the branding, I'll put in the logo, I'll get the color scheme set up right. I'll then start writing the content. So I might, most affiliates start with their review content. So I might start with product reviews. I'll then do best XYZ content. Once I've done that, I'll then start looking at some of the supporting content for those product reviews that will help with internal linking. I'll then work on informational content that's more there for link bait purposes, and see how I can funnel that link juice in through as well. And then once I've got, a good 10 pieces of content on the site, I'll then start fleshing out the homepage and making that look more like a really nice hub page. And then once that's done, I'll then start working on these individual hub pages as well, and get them looking really nice and full of unique information, and then link into those. And then the site is just gradually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then hopefully over time, content will start ranking. You'll be doing your socials, you'll be doing all of the other marketing that you'd be doing, and that will just help to build up the overall site authority. One thing that I would potentially add on here is So one thing I'll then add on here is a column that is potentially link building. So this is where I would keep any of the link built-in stuff that I want to focus on, because it'll be quite big. So I might have a guest post 1, and this might link to a Google Sheet which has all of the different outreach that I want to do. I then might have one on skyscraper. So if I'm doing some skyscraper stuff, I'll have that on there. If I brought any PBNs or doing any PBNs, I might have that there. Spreadsheet that links to all of those, so I can keep track of where all my backlinks are. So all of my link building stuff I would then put in here, so I can just keep track of everything that I'm doing, and just keep it nice and organized, and yeah, make sure I've got a nice rounded link building backlink portfolio. And that's it really. That is how I organize my websites, hopefully like a boss. And like I said, the reason I do it is a massive, it sounds like a lot of work initially. When you look at this, it's a lot of work. but it also saves a lot of time later down the road. It all depends on how you are and how you work personally. I can be very sporadic. I can be very shiny object kind of syndrome. So I struggle to concentrate on specific tasks for too long. So if I don't have organization like this, then I end up wasting a lot of time umming and ahhing on what content to do next. And by doing this bit of work initially, I can stay organized, I can stay focused, and ultimately I get a lot more work done. It makes me more productive, see better results. Results being more traffic, more sales. So there we have it. If you've got any questions, please do pop them in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer any comments, any questions on this, or affiliate marketing in general. Let me pull up the video on branding. So videos, where are we? YouTube. It's going to be here somewhere. I expect it's this one. Okay, so let's pop that. That's not going to be a very good way of doing it, is it? There's a link to the video. I don't know if you can actually copy that, to be honest. But yeah, if you go to YouTube, search for more niche videos, and then it is this one that it's not been named very well. So I need to rename that. I think that's when it didn't work, when Restream didn't work very well. But it is there, and that will help with working out branding, color schemes, logo, all of that good stuff, just to help get the branding on point, and that obviously helps with building authority. So yeah, feel free, like I say, ask any questions. More than happy to answer any. So yeah, feel free just to pop them in the comments. If you are watching the recording, please feel free to still comment. More than happy to still answer by text. And if you are watching the recording and you're on YouTube and you've not subscribed, then do that, because that obviously helps with these videos and helps them to grow. My time is split under creating these videos, helping affiliates, all of that good stuff in more niche. So the more traction these videos get, the more views they get, the more subscribers we get, the more time I can obviously dedicate to growing this channel even more and giving you guys whatever training you want. And again, if there's a specific piece of training that you want, please do comment or drop me an email, and I'll be more than happy to create that piece of content and get whatever training you want out there. I can more than happy to do any training you want. So if there are no questions, then I will see you next week for another live video. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you then. So bye for now.